Hello, my name is Cameron Cool, and during the 2026-27 season I'll be cycling to every one of Hibs Football Club's domestic away days. Now, why am I doing this challenge? Well, I did the challenge back in 2024-25 for the women's team, and I had such a good time. I did about 1,000 kilometres, cycled 20 matches, got to see the team lift the SWPL title at Ibrox at the last game of the season, and during that game I got interviewed by Sky Sports News. Now the interview was great, I really enjoyed it, something I've never done before, and one of the questions that they asked me was, what's next? Now, I kind of threw out the idea that I would do it for the men's team, and the season after I never done it. This season, I thought, why not? Why not give it a go? So I got in touch with the charity I decided to fundraise for this time, who's Prostate Scotland, and we started to make a plan. Now, the big difference from the attempt last time, where I cycled to all the women's games, is that obviously it's the men's team I'm doing for this time, but instead of just cycling there, I'm also cycling home. So a journey from Easter Road to Celtic Park, which I think is about 80 kilometres, turns into 160 kilometres. It doubles the challenge and makes it even more of an adventure that I am so looking forward to. Now, I guess the big question is, but what about Europe? Hibs qualified for Europe, and as of right now, Thursday the 13th of August, we're still in Europe. In fact, we're playing tonight, and if we win tonight, we're then into the playoffs, and then if we win the playoffs, we're in the group stage where thousands and thousands of extra miles are going to be added. Now, I guess the one obvious thing is I'm not on my bike right now, and I'm not cycling to Skopje, to North Macedonia. I never cycled to Kosovo, and I can't imagine I would be able to fit in the logistics and the time it would take to cycle probably about 3 weeks to get down there. But I don't want the miles from that journey to go missing, because it is an away game, and I have said I want to cycle to all the away games. So for the European games, my plan is that I'll be measuring the distance from point A, Easter Road, to point B, Pristina, Skopje, hopefully Genk if we win tonight and they get through as well. And then I will measure the distance back as well. It'll be as the crow flies. And my plan is to cycle on static bike the distance between them. Now, it won't be continuous. It's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll maybe do 100 kilometres each, or I'll spread out the distance over it. And by the end of the season, or maybe just a little bit after, depending on how far Hibs go, I'll have covered the full distance that we have played in the 2026-27 season. Now, who am I fundraising for? Well, I'm fundraising for Prostate Scotland.
Prostate Scotland is a Scottish charity that provides information, advice and support around prostate health and prostate disease. And the numbers show why that work is so important. Nearly 1 in 2 men in Scotland will be affected by prostate disease, and at some point in their lives, around 1 in 10 men are likely to develop prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is also the most common cancer in men in Scotland. But Prostate Scotland's work goes much further than simply raising awareness. They provide information and resources to help men and their families understand prostate disease testing and treatment. They provide support for men and their families living with prostate cancer through their Compass project, and they campaign to improve awareness, early diagnosis, treatment and support across Scotland. And that's one of the reasons why I think this challenge and football can work really well together. Over the next 9 or 10 months, I'm going to be travelling to football grounds and communities all across Scotland. Each journey gives another opportunity to get information in front of the people and hopefully get more people talking about prostate health.
The challenge has already started. I've already done the first leg to Ibrox, and I'll explain that in a bit. But essentially, I won't be cycling to the games on the day off every time. Now, I do want to, and I would absolutely love to have cycled to Ibrox and home on Sunday. The cycle home would have been amazing, would have been a great celebration, but it's not logistically possible. Ibrox and a lot of the other stadiums in Scotland are massive operations, and bringing a bike with a bag full of tools and bottles of liquids that you aren't able to take through their turnstiles just isn't a possibility in a lot of cases. So what instead I'm doing is 3 days before a match is my window for cycling to a game, and then 2 weeks after the match is my window for cycling home. This also allows me flexibility around my work, my university, and other things that are going on in my life. But then also allows me to complete the challenge and cover the same amount of miles. So as mentioned, I've already started the journey. I've already started the cycling. I have completed cycle 1 of journey 1, but not completed journey 1. So I've done the outward cycle, I've not cycled back yet. Now, I was joined by my mum on Saturday and we started at about 10 in the morning. We cycled around the north of Edinburgh on the cycle paths onto the Broxburn path. We then went round to Maryhill before following the tram lines out to Hermiston Gate. We then went to the canal and followed it round to Broxburn before heading round to Winchburgh onto Polmont, where we stopped for a Tesco's meal deal lunch. We then went on to the Falkirk Wheel. So we turned left onto the Forth Clyde Canal. We followed it through Bonnybridge, through Kirkintilloch, through Kilsyth and through Bishopbriggs. We then got into Glasgow at Maryhill. We went down onto Byres Road and across the Transport Museum's new bridge into Govan before finally reaching Ibrox. It was a 6-hour cycle, it was 100 kilometres, there was headwinds the whole way, there was light rain. It wasn't the funnest of cycles, but we got it done, and after not cycling for so long, my legs were dead. Now that's not the reason why I didn't cycle back. The reason why we didn't cycle back is because it was already late on a Saturday and we thought it would be best if I just done it later on. So the plan for the return cycle is that I'm going to do it at some point at the end of next week, just to keep it within the 2-week rule. It probably is going to be right on the limit on that Saturday, just before the Kilmarnock game, but we'll wait and see. In that time, I do plan on starting with the static bike stuff. I've got a plan to go in pretty much every day, except the day before that I'm doing the cycle leg back. And also I'm going to try give myself 1 day of rest from it so that I don't die. But in general, I'm really looking forward to it. I will be posting lots of stuff online. There'll be YouTube videos, there'll be reel updates, there'll be TikTok updates. I'll be putting things on X or Twitter. I'll also be writing a sort of more blog style thing on Substack. The Substack one will have a lot more of the planning behind it. And then also I'll be keeping you updated on my Just Giving page. Now, I would love it if everybody could donate £1, £10, more than that. But I completely understand circumstances right now. There's a lot of things happening in the world that make it a lot of things more expensive. And if you aren't in the means right now to be able to donate, a share, a like, a comment, following me along on this journey is more than enough support. But if you are able to donate, the Just Giving link is in the description below. Or in the description of my account on whatever platform you're watching this on. And I will be gratefully thankful for however much you are feeling you are able to donate. And all the proceeds go towards Prostate Scotland. So just to remember, what is this challenge? I am cycling to every one of Hibs away games, there and back. For the domestic ones, I'm actually cycling on my bike. I'll be on 2 wheels, I'll be there, I'll be back, whatever the weather, rain, snow, wind, sunshine, I'll be on my bike. And for the European games, I'll be on a static bike. Again, although it doesn't matter as much, rain, snow, wind, sunshine, I'll still be on the static bike. I will still make the miles, the kilometres, I'll make the distance. If this is a challenge that you're really interested in, and it's something that you would like to follow, then I would love you to join the journey. I would love you to come along with me as I complete these cycles, and I can't wait to see what happens this season. I can't wait to see how many kilometres we cover. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening if you got all the way through this video, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next one.